Yes, President Donald Trump tweeted out that it will show weakness, great weakness, if Israel allowed Ilhan Omar and Rashida Tlaib, two representatives and congresswomen of the United States of America, to come into their country. And the next day, Israel shut it down, and rightfully so. Rightfully so. These women are two Muslims. They are anti-Semitic to Jews and Israel. Israel is surrounded by Muslim countries that would rather see them abolished from the earth than to even abide with them at all. Okay? One of the things that enlightened me on politics was a video I saw years ago. I think it was about 5 years ago, on Dearborn, Michigan. You have to watch that video, because a lot of people coming into this country, they are not coming into this country on friendly terms, nor are they coming here to assimilate to our culture. Okay? They're leaving their messed up countries. They're leaving their countries because of turmoil and war and division. But they come to our country and make our country look like the country they just left. Why? Just go back to the country you came from. But if you look at this video on Dearborn, Michigan, it's being overrun by Muslims. Okay? These people will not speak to you if you walk into those areas in Dearborn, Michigan. Even if you go in there and patronize their companies. Okay? These people, so it's no surprise to me that Rashida Tlaib is a representative who was voted in by the people in Michigan. There's so many Muslims and people from the Middle Eastern countries over there in Michigan. And that is the country, that is the state that she represents. Okay? But Rashida Tlaib has been a protester. She was arrested for anti-Trump protesting. Okay? She's a foul-mouthed woman, and she is a hater. I'm gonna show y'all a video in a couple of days on how she tried to use the race card on the Hill a few months ago, and it backfired on her. Okay? These people are learning the ways of haters and the Democrat Party to try to use racism, but they're being caught in their own lies. And I'm glad President Donald Trump is blasting these people and showing them, you know what? You can use your media. You can use your false media right now. You can use your false Hollywood. You can use the movies. You can use all that. He says, but I got the power of a Twitter account. All right? And because he's not anti-Semitic, and because he's not a Muslim hater, and because he's not racist, he could say the stuff he says without feeling guilty or feeling like, oh, I shouldn't say it because it will reveal what's really in my heart. No, he blasts the stuff out. That's the way an innocent person does. Okay? Just like he was doing with the Mueller report. And if it was me, every time he tweets something about them being a witch hunt and about it being wrong and evil and corrupt, I was like, yes, say it loud and say it louder. But Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar were supposed to go to Israel. They were going out there for protest. They were going out there to join in the anti-Semitic protest that's going on. And if Israel was so hatred towards the Palestinians, or towards, it's no Palestinians, but towards the Muslims, why is her grandmother living there? She wrote a letter after Israel told them that they couldn't come, that they were banning them from coming over there. She wrote a letter to the inner, what they call that? They wrote a letter to one of the representatives there in Israel, and she told them that she wanted to visit her dying grandmother. She wanted to come to Israel, and she never called it Israel. She said she wanted to come to Palestine. That shows you the disdain that she has. Well, anyway, they granted her the right to come in there and to say, okay, well, you can come and visit, but Ilhan Omar is not coming. So the next day she told him, she said, I'm not coming because y'all are trying to take away my freedom of speech. She revealed her whole heart there. She didn't come, she didn't want to go there to visit her sick grandmother, which was a lie, I feel. She wanted to go there to join in the protest. And they wanted to use, listen, being an American representative or lawmaker is very powerful around the world, very powerful. They wanted to go over there being representatives from America protesting against Israel. They wanted to use their weight as congresswomen to add weight to the protesting against Israel. That's what they wanted to do. And since Israel was hip to the game by President Donald Trump hipped them to the game. And they caught a wind of it like, bam, okay, you're banned. See, that's how you do it. You don't play around with these people. Well, see, these people, those two women being voted in shows you the power of immigrants coming in and the power and how powerful immigration is to countries and to nations. They could change the face of your country by you're bringing in all these immigrants, and some illegal. You're bringing them in. They migrate to an area. They vote in people like them instead of people who are American, born here in America. Like I was saying about Michigan. Michigan is turning into a Muslim state. So then they voted in this anti-Semitic woman, Rashida Tlaib. Then if you go over to Minnesota, where Ilhan Omar is, she's a rep from there. And there's a lot of, I don't know if you've ever spent time in Minnesota, but there's a lot of Ethiopians there, a lot of them. And so her being an African, they voted her in, but she's anti-Semitic and she's a Muslim. And because these people are immigrants into the country and refuse to migrate and assimilate into our culture and into our country, they vote in people like them. And this is what the Democrat Party is doing right now by bringing in these illegals from the border. They know that they're mostly Democrat in thinking. They know that they're liberal, and thus they want to bring them into regions like Arizona, Texas, Houston, Southern California, and change the demographics and change the laws by having all these people come in and vote the way for people like them who are not even Americans, really, never born in America, and don't even agree with the American culture, and they don't like America. They hate the country. Well, thankfully we got a guy named Donald John Trump, and he's doing it. He's doing it. Those of us who have our eyes open, we're thankful for him. We're happy that he's doing this, because they silenced us and made us ashamed and made us feel like we were being racist or anti-Semitic or what they call xenophobes and all this. No more of that. No more of that. We should have our First Amendment right and to say what we feel, and have people who feel the same way represent our country. This is our country. This is not their country. They came from countries that they hated, okay? And they came into a country that they now hate. And these people, honestly, I believe that they would rather see America totally destroyed than for it to succeed. All right, that's just my thoughts. Let me know what you think about this subject. And to my next video, be blessed.